The question is, do you believe in ghosts? Hey guys, my name is Joseph Curtis, and if you love movies just as much as me, you have come to the right place. Now do me a huge solid and click that like and subscribe button. Also, if you want to follow me on the following social platforms, that would be great as well. Now, let's start talking A Haunting in Venice. In post-World II Venice, the inspector, now retired and living in his own exile, reluctantly attends a seance. But when one of the guests is murdered, it is up to the former detective to once again uncover the killer. The thing that really got me hooked on A Haunting in Venice is the premise, the idea of a character that doesn't really believe in anything, and he is reluctantly invited to this seance, and he finds himself questioning everything that he believes in. So the plot should kick off, but sadly, to me at least, the first half, and only the first half, because it does get a lot better, trust me, it's still worth going to see in theaters. But the first half is just very boring at times. Not all the time, but very boring. And you really do feel that length. And it's because you have all these characters that are thrown in that aren't necessarily not likable. They're just there. You have this information and it's just information. You don't really connect with all of them. There are some that you do connect with. Jude Hill. If you don't know that name, you should, because he is amazing. Little shout out for him. He was in this film called Belfast that not only Jamie Dornan also played his dad, Kenneth Branagh directed that film. So clearly, this man loves these two actors, and there's a reason why he literally reprises them in the same type of role, because their chemistry is through the roof. You really do believe that this is his son and that is his father. And it's very interesting, and you get the reason why. It's going to sound weird when I say it, but the son really more so feels like the father to the father. He's taking care of him. He's looking after his dad. And you really do feel that relationship all from beginning to end. And that's probably the strongest character development that I could say for this film. The other characters are just there. Fine performances, very fine, very great cast. You have Kenneth Branagh, obviously, probably still the standout. As a performer, definitely. Development, the kid and the father. I couldn't really grasp with their situation. Yes, they say their situation, but I'm not really involved in it. I don't really care at the end of the day. I'm more so interested at this point with their relationship and the detective figuring out the case, what is really going on. And how Kenneth Branagh approaches this film, not only in his amazing performance, but in a directional standpoint, the way he gets his shots is absolutely stunning in this one. This is by far my favorite visualization of the issue that he has to solve, because he does this thing with the camera where he'll have this upshot that's looking down right on whoever it is, the person that's being interviewed or the inspector himself. Or there'll be these corner shots of these long, wide angles. It's almost kind of like a fisheye. You just feel so like you know the environment, but you don't know. There's corners of shadows, there's edges. You don't know if there's somebody hiding behind there. So it just brings an element of suspense and mystery. It is absolutely hands down the best part of this film, because you feel like you are stuck there with them. So a lot of people are going to be saying, is this a horror film? I'm here to tell you it's not. It's really not a horror film. Yes, it has jump scares. There are horror tones, but that doesn't necessarily make it a horror film. But the reason why I think they approached it in that way is because clearly this is based off the book of Agatha Christie's Halloween Party. So it has the theme of Halloween. What does Halloween entail usually? Horror. So overall, when it comes to the genre of this film, they do a very stupendous job in executing it, still keeping that tone of a detective mystery thriller with added suspense, a little bit of thrillerness here and there. And yes, there is a tone of horror because you have a seance happening. But other than that, I don't qualify this film as a horror movie. Kenneth Branagh does another good job of making a fun detective film with a little bit of horror though in this one. And I gotta say, I had a good time. With that being said, I'm going to give A Haunting in Venice a solid 7 out of 10. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this review. It really means a lot. Please do not forget to like and subscribe, and also don't forget to be blessed.